Hello, Cement Shoes, and welcome to tonight's trivia. I hope you had a pleasant weekend. Thank you for joining us tonight. Doo-doo-doo. Where is everybody? Six, all right, there's six. Kitty Q. Hello, Kitty Q, and welcome to tonight's trivia. I hope you had a pleasant weekend. Gianna Marie. Well, I'm on time. There you go, Gianna. Gianna Marie. Well, I hope you had a pleasant weekend, Gianna, and welcome to tonight's trivia. All the questions tonight are on women who kill. Steph, good evening and welcome. I'm stoked that I'm on time. Hello, everyone. Hello, Steph. Kathy, good evening, Kathy, and welcome to tonight's trivia. I hope that you and Steph both had a pleasant weekend. Pigeon Mac, good evening. Welcome to tonight's trivia. Hope you had a great weekend, Pigeon Mac. Give it a couple more minutes here for people to start rolling in, and then we're going to get this party started. All the questions tonight are on women who kill. Liza Jane. Good evening, Liza. Welcome to tonight's trivia. I hope you had a great weekend. Thank you for joining us tonight for trivia. Two more minutes and then we'll get started. I did, Pigeon Mac. Pretty relaxing. Did a lot of yard work. Cleanup work. It's that season. The leaves are falling. I don't have to take care of my side yard or front yard, but I do have to. My responsibility is I have to rake the leaves and take care of them from the backyard. So I took care of that and got the garden winterized for the year. Hello, humans and all assorted individuals. Good evening, Mel, and welcome to tonight's trivia. I hope you had a great weekend. Sal. Good evening, Sal. Welcome to tonight's trivia. $30 more seconds, and then we'll get this started, ladies and gentlemen. Miss K, good evening, and welcome to tonight's trivia, Miss K. I hope you had a pleasant weekend. Thank you for joining us tonight for trivia. All the questions tonight are on women who kill. Listen and stay safe driving. Oh. Inner Peas. Good evening, Inner Peas. Right card, welcome. Welcome to tonight's trivia. All right, let's get this party started. Excuse me. Let me drink some water here really quick before I start coughing into the microphone. All right. Women who kill. This is the 269th episode of Trivia Night. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Content covered on Trivia Night and on my channel, 401 Now, contains graphic and disturbing content and is not marketed or intended for all audiences or anyone under the age of 18 or 13 by law. If someone is accessing this Trivia Night and they are under the age of 13, they are doing so because either they lied to set up the YouTube channel or social media platform that they're on, or they're using a parent's account and it's not my fault. My name isn't included, is it? I doubt it, Mel. We'll find out though. All right. Basic outline. We are playing only for fun. No one is better at this game than others. Some people just may know or be able to use deductive reasoning because all of the questions are multiple choice. You can use a search engine if you want. Open another tab and put the question into a search engine. You can. It's not cheating unless you consider it cheating. Hateful or degrading content towards, comments towards another person who is playing this game will not only get you timed out, but will get you blocked from the channel for good. I'm not messing around, and neither are my moderators. So there are 16 questions, that 18 questions total, 2 bonus questions. The bonus questions are picked by me. 16 standard questions come from King Trivia, and Did You Know come from me, the host, and they're off of the internet when you put in the actual subject matter individuals on the trivia night. These questions are all, none of it is, meant to be exploitive of the victims or the family. This is for educational purposes only. Question number 1. According to the FBI and their BAU, Behavioral Analysis Unit, what is the number one reason a woman may murder another woman, not a man? Is it A, jealousy, B, love, C, money, or D, fame? FYI, bird brain is compliment to my people. It's good, Pigeon Egg. According to the FBI and the Behavioral Analysis Unit, what is the number one reason a woman may murder another woman, not a man? What is the reason? Number one reason. And now I'm going to put myself in my little window. Hello, Will in my little window. Well, it's probably better if I do it this way. That way it's larger on the screen, the question, as opposed to the other one where it shrinks down everything. Chad's raccoon. Yeah, we all know about Chad's raccoon, don't we? Pet Cemetery. According to the BAU, what is the number one reason a woman may murder another woman? Question number 1. All right, the answer to question number 1 is A as in apple. Jealousy is the number one reason why a woman may murder another woman. If you're curious, love is only about 7%, where they're feuding with another woman and they kill that woman, or they believe that their spouse has cheated with this woman, is less than 10%. Money and fame are about the same, and about 3%. But jealousy is the number one. Don't talk about raccoons. They broke into my attic twice. What a nightmare. Ooh, good evening, Amy, and welcome to tonight's trivia. I hope you had a great weekend. Glad you could be here with us. All right, question number 2. What is the number one motivation for all the murders of Bella Guinness? Is it A, love scorn, B, jealousy of another, C, greed for money and property, or D, hatred of Norwegian men? What was the number one motivation of all the murders of Bella Guinness? Amy's going with C. Jane is going with C. Who's she? Says Mel. Sal, Gianna, Kitiku are all going with C. C seems to be a popular choice so far. Smoke them if you got them, ladies and gentlemen. Smoke them if you got them. Pigeon Mac is going with D. Miss K is going with C. Carly is going with C as well. Mel, well, C, I guess. Sir. Puff, puff away. What was the number one motivation for all the murders of Bella Guinness? Ladies and gentlemen, what was her number one motivation? Was it love, jealousy, greed, or hatred? Immigrant from Norway, 1881. Thank you, Kitty Q. Gemma. Good evening, Gemma. And welcome to tonight's trivia. All right, question number 2. The correct answer is C, as in cat. Greed for money and property. It just so happens that all of the men that she killed were Norwegian. She placed ads, personal ads, in the actual newspaper, in Norwegian newspapers, to lure these individuals to her farm. She married them, some of them, and killed them for the insurance money and their property, whatever they had to continue her life. But C, as in cat, greed for money and property. It wasn't always money, so that's where a lot of people are, get it wrong. They think it was just money. No, some of these people, these men that she lured to her property and she married or killed, or both, they had property of their own. Maybe they had a farm, on another part of town, or they had a building or a restaurant or something. She just didn't care. She was in money. 40 husbands, children, and rich suitors. Gold. Wow, she redefines a gold digger, says Pigeon Mac. All right, question number 3. She was a true sadist. Beverly Alton was believed to have killed over 25 children as a nurse. Before becoming a nurse, what brought her attention? Was it A, tap dancing and singing? B, faking violent attacks? C, stripping in bars? Or D, faking injuries? She was a true sadist. Beverly Alton was believed to have killed over 25 children as a nurse. Before becoming a nurse, what brought her attention? Anonymous, good evening, Anonymous, and welcome to tonight's trivia. I hope you had a great weekend. Thank you for joining us tonight. Never heard of these killers? Oh, it's early, Pigeon Mac. You might hear some of the or know some of the other ones. Now, Beverly is from the UK, in case you're not familiar with her crimes or her name. She is from the UK. Lorena Bobbitt fan. E, baking dolls. C, because she needed the money. Good enough. That's a good one, Anonymous. Everybody's got to survive, right? We got to pay the bill somehow. Question number 3. She was a true sadist, and she was. Beverly Alton was believed to have killed over 25 children as a nurse. Before becoming a nurse, what brought her attention? The correct answer to question number 3 is D, as in dog. She faked injuries, faked either, being sick, having, she wouldn't say she had cancer, but she would fake illnesses, and other people would take pity upon her and pay attention to her. Before she would, eventually, people just stopped paying attention to her, so then she became a nurse. So then everybody started paying attention to her because, wow, she's a caregiver. She's a great person, and she's a nurse. And then they found out she was killing children. So, yeah. But she faked injuries her entire life. It started off as, a teenager going through her young adulthood. She would fake injuries. All right. Did you know every year in the U.S., on average, 2,000 to 2,400 murders are committed by women? As ladies, you got to get it going. You guys are really far down on the scale for actual homicides. You got to get up there. Two, they are increasingly becoming more sadistic in nature, though. A 5.25% increase in the last 10 years. The women who are murdering are becoming more and more sadistic in nature from the actual crimes that they are committing. Anonymous, I will crash soon. Bob it in the back pocket. Sucks to be us. But only 2,000 to 2,400, murders are actually committed on average in the U.S. every year by women. More likely to die at the hands of a man. All right, question number 4. Joanna Denny killed 3 men in just 10 days. How many men had she actually planned to kill? Was it A, 8 men and 2 teens, B, 10 men and 4 teens, C, 5 men and 1 teen, or D, 22 men and 4 teens? And when I say teens, I'm talking about those who are 17, 18. There were no one on her list of people she wanted to kill that was under the age of 17. Amy's going with B. Gamma B. JDR. Welcome, JDR. I'm glad you could be here with us tonight. I hope you had a pleasant weekend. Just one, Chad Daybell. Chad doesn't want the death penalty, ladies and gentlemen. The motion that his attorney, Mr. Pryor, filed this week says that he doesn't want the death penalty. He shouldn't be found as culpable as Lori Vallow. That it was all her idea and she coerced him into doing all of the things that he did. And I'm sure as Chad's trial goes onward, we're going to hear everything about it wasn't my fault. It was Alex. It was Lori. It was anyone. It was Adam. It was, you name it. It's going to be somebody else besides Chad. Because Turtle Boy doesn't take responsibility for anything he's ever done. I don't want to pay for your crimes, okay? Whatever, Chad. Carl is the A or B? Turtle Boy. Question number 4 is about Joanna Denny. She killed 3 men in just 10 days. How many men had she actually planned to kill? Question number 4. In case you're wondering, at her actual sentencing, Joanna, when they asked her if she had anything to say before sentencing was done, she said the following: "I just want my fun," end quote. Then they passed sentencing on her. I just want my fun. All right, the answer to question number 4 is B as in boy. 10 men and 4 teens. But she only managed to kill 3 men. But she wanted to kill 10. And the 10 is counting the 3 she actually did kill. Sadistic. Question number 5. Judy Bernino, I don't know how you pronounce that, Beneno, was a sadistic serial killer. She killed for money, and what other reason? Was it A, sexual gratification, B, it made her happy, C, fame and power, or D, love of a mountain lion? She was a sadistic serial killer. She killed for money, and what other reason? Pigeon Mac is going right straight to D, for the love of a mountain lion and money is the reason why she killed. She needed rent money for her van down by the river. It's a good one, Interpeas. Oh. Gamma's going with C. Sal, A. Kitty Coo, Steph are going with B. JDR is A or D. Sexual gratification or a mountain lion. It's one of the two. It's one of these four. It's one of the four. I know it for sure. It's one of the four. I mean, mountain lion's got it going on. That's funny, JDR. I mean, they are mountain lions after all. I mean, look at how they strut their stuff in the mountains. They know they're the cats meow. Welcome, Karen. Welcome to tonight's trivia. Question number 5. The correct answer to question number 5 is B as in boy. It made her happy. B as in boy. She said the following: it makes me happy to see these men suffer. End quote. It makes me happy to see these men suffer. It made her happy. She killed for money, but she enjoyed watching them suffer. Excuse me. All right. Going on to question number 6. Christina Gilbert was convicted of 4 murders. Who did she target as her victims? Was it A, homeless drug addicts, B, men with high-paying jobs, C, veterans at a VA hospital, or D, men in law enforcement? Christina Gilbert was convicted of 4 murders. Who did she target as her victims? Christina Gilbert. Or Kristen Gilbert. Christina or Kristen, either or. So we got D for Amy and Kitty Q. Anonymous is going with C, E, men with double chins. That's a good one to Interpeas. With double chin. Gianna Marie's going with B. Oh, Gianna Marie, D. Sorry. Carly, D. Cement, D. Gemma, D. Sal, B. 4 mountain lions and a partridge in a pear tree. Steph's going with A, homeless drug addicts. Question number 6. JDR is going with C. Karen Cato's going with C as well. I have no clue. She looks like law enforcement kind of girl. 5 golden rings. It's getting to that season, isn't it? Mel's going with C. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer to question 6 is C as in cat. She targeted veterans in a VA hospital. I believe it was in Michigan or Boston or someplace like around there. But she targeted men in the VA hospital. Some of these men were in perfectly good health. They were just having small surgeries or whatever, and she targeted them to be, to be the victims. She is connected to as many as 25 actual deaths, but was convicted of only 4. But she was connected to at least 25. There may be a lot more because the VA hospital, once they found out about what she was doing, they kind of didn't want to talk about it all too much because if she killed 25 men, that would have been horrific. Some of these people were, like I said, were in perfectly good health. They just needed minor surgery or in the hospital for something that they could have easily beaten, and then they were released in a short order of time. But she targeted them to be her victims. The VA hospital. She played the Grim Reaper. It's so evil to target men who were veterans. Yes, it is, Amy. But she targeted these men where she worked. And guess what? She was a nurse. What? A nurse. Another nurse on the list who has killed people. Surprise. All right. Did you know? They say they got your 6, i.e., they got your back. Yet only 1% of all murders in the U.S. in the last 30 years have had a female friend try to help them hide or cover up the crime of murder with them. They say they got your 6, meaning they got your back. I'm here for you, man. I'll do whatever, man. Dap it up. Yeah, but only 1% of all the murders in the past committed by women, not men, but just women, only 1% of those in the last 30 years have had a female friend help them cover up the actual crime of murder. Did you know? I don't know. Don't know. All right. Question number 7. Elderly and mentally ill men were placed in Dorothea Putin. I don't know. Putin. I don't know. Well, let's call her Putin. We'll call her Putin. And placed in Dorothy Putin's care. Whatever how you pronounce the last name. I'm terrible at names. So she started killing them. How many men did she actually kill? Elderly and mentally ill men who were placed in her care. Was it A, 56 men, B, 39, C, 11, or D, 9? Such helpful women, right? Anonymous is going with D, Amy B, Kitiku C. Is it spelled wrong? P-U-N-E-T? I'm just not sure how to pronounce last names. I mean, I'm lucky when I spell my own name correctly. And yes, I did actually at one time sign my driver's license at the DMV and I put too many L's in my own damn name. D-P. Thank you, Carly. She killed women. Cray Cray 420. Welcome to tonight's trivia. It's in my hometown, LOL. I was like 8, says Jet's mom, and welcome, Jet's mom. Welcome both of you to tonight's trivia. I hope you both had an excellent weekend. Remember, she ran from the police too. Well, she didn't run. She was old, but she hobbled away. She hobbled away. She didn't go too fast. What you're saying? I think you did her before, Will. She boarding house murders. JDR is going with D. She got that Navy ship, that old Navy drip. It's Spanish. Google it for pronunciation. Thank you, Amy. If I did that for every one of them, though, and I hope that really doesn't bother anybody if I mispronounce names. I mean, I'm just terrible at pronouncing names. I mean, I look at names as simple as Anderson sometimes, and I look at it and I'm like, do you pronounce the D in that Anderson or Anderson? Just my stupid brain. She didn't kill women. She killed men for Social Security checks, says Stacy McFarland. And welcome, Stacy. All right, question number 7. The correct answer is D as in dog. She killed 9 of them. 9 men. There may have been more, but they were only able to prove that she killed 9. 9 men. She couldn't hobble, but she could not hide. All right, question number 8. Sarah Aldrett, I guess, not only ran a religious cult and personally killed over 30 men, what else did she do? Was it A, she trafficked in women and teens? B, she smuggled drugs? C, she ran a daycare? Or D, she was the mayor of Dallas, Texas? Sarah Aldrett not only ran a religious cult and personally killed over 30 men, what else did she do? Well, your brain's not stupid, you're different like me. Yeah, I'm different. I'm different in a special sort of way, but I don't think I'm like anybody else, though, Gemma. Must be dyslexic? Nope. JDR, I'm not. I don't have dyslexia. It's I spend so much of my time reading about different crimes and from around the world and how you and for some reason in my mind I see names like in America like I'll use the example again like Anderson or Alderson and I see it and I'm like okay that's how you pronounce it here in America but in another country you add one letter to it and I'm like oh man that's Anderson or Alderson again and in my mind I'm like shit. Now, how do you pronounce the one in America? Is that Anderson or Alderson? So I just get them confused. It's not dyslexia. I mean, I don't see anything backwards. I mean, I know what dyslexia is. My daughter has dyslexia, so I'm very familiar with how she actually reads words and how how hard it is for her. But no, I don't have dyslexia. It's just my stupid brain. I see words and I'm like, damn it, how do I'm trying to remember how to pronounce the name or how to pronounce a name that may be different from English. All right, question 8. Ooh, Jess Mamas, it's B or C. B or C. She ran a daycare or she smuggled drugs. It's one of the two. Maybe she did it both. Ander Alderson. Right? Yeah. That's funny, kitty cute. Just say Anderson Alderson. All right, question 8. The correct answer is B as in boy, ladies and gentlemen. She ran a drug smuggling cartel at one of 2 people. They called her the La Madrina. La Madrina. B as in boy. And the 30 men that she killed were sacrifices to make sure that the family and the cartel got away with their drug smuggling. They were sacrifices. 30 men. She personally took part in killing 30 men. English makes no sense. Zoe and Zoe are pronounced the same, but Joe and Joey aren't. Same with Kansas and Arkansas. or Arkansas. Yeah, right. All right. Question 9. Well, it's time for our break, our 6-minute break. Every week when we do trivia, after 8 questions, we take a 6-minute break. Unlike other streamers, I care about my audience, as you can see on the screen, but my face is actually covering that up. But just take a break, but watch out for mountain lions and think about what kind of content you wish to see and support online. If no one supports those doing the work, how can they continue? Give this a thumbs up if you're enjoying the trivia night so far. If not, give it a thumbs down. Leave a comment. Gayla, good evening. Smoke break, smoke them if you got them. Anonymous, and good evening, Gayla, and welcome to tonight's trivia. I have an odd learning disability, or am I just a genius? Can't spell. I know people who have 2 PhDs. I have a personal friend. She has 2 PhDs, and she can't spell anything at all. It's a bizarre, like, oh, can you write out this, the name of the state you live in? And she just sits there and she's like, oh, Jesus, how do you spell Washington? She can't spell. And it should be, you think it'd be so easy to spell because that's where she lives. But her brain is on a completely different level. Doctors can barely even write. Yeah, and she has her PhD. One of them is in advanced nuclear fields or something like that. Fuel reactions, nuclear, and then the other one, her PhD is in. Oh man, I gotta remember this. Engineering or advanced applied engineering or something. I can't remember. She's retired now though. Me and my wife watch their kitty cat whenever they're out of town. We go over and make sure that their cat is taken care of because they're both retired now and they like to travel. And I know a lot of doctors though, and you're right, their handwriting is atrocious. My husband laughs at me all the time. My brain works differently. Yeah, I mean that's what makes the world, the better place. If we were all stamped out of the same cookie cutter and we are all like the person in front of us or behind us or next to us, this would be a boring world to live in. And that's what we have to embrace our differences and embrace what makes us individuals. Those are homophones, I think. Homophones. I have a family member who did university and he did oral exams because of his dyslexia. My daughter, when she was in high school and in college, she they would, instead of giving her letting her take an oral exam, for the test, they just gave her extra time, or an untimed test where she'd go to with other students who had dyslexia, and they'd be like, okay, you just have to take this test, but you have the day or whatever until you're done. But my daughter went to a STEM high school that special. They have their curriculum that is centered just towards science and mathematics, and that's where her strong suit is. From a young child, as a toddler, she picked up math like there was no tomorrow. So proud of her, though. She's a smart young woman. It's also ridiculous language. Yep. 1 more minute left, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute left. There are a lot of people in this world, Gemma, that are jerks, and they do it, especially online, because they can hide and remain anonymous behind a keyboard. They feel that there is nothing that's ever going to happen to them ill-wise for what they say and do. Just keep that in mind. I know it's easy to remember it, but you have to put it into effect. People are cruel to others because they can be. 10 seconds. Doop, 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 doop. Question 9 is coming up in a second here. First, I want to give a shout out to our new Patreon member, Lindsay H. New channel member, same lady, Lindsay H is now a channel member here on YouTube as well. And we have a returning channel member, Matt D. And Margaret L gave me a super thanks on a video that I released the other day. And thank you to Margaret L for the super thanks. And in case you're not familiar with super thanks it's like a super chat on a video that basically it's the same thing afterwards. You watch the video and there's like a little thing at the bottom that says thanks, and you can click on it and you can give the creator a donation after the fact, live stream or video. That I don't think that they offer it on shorts, but maybe they do. I'm not sure. I don't put out YouTube shorts videos because I want to make money on them, because you make even less. I do them just because they're fun to do. But anyways, question number 9. How did Stacy Castro kill her second husband and first husband? Was it A, she shot them both, B, stabbed them both, C, poisoned them both, D, strangled them both, or E, fed them to a mountain lion? Haha, I beat you to an E by putting this one in there. Yo, look up how many successful dyslexics in the world. Many creative, out-of-the-box entrepreneurs. I did not know that. I will look that up, Liza. Thank you. I'm sure there are quite a few of them out there. How did Stacy Castro kill her second and first husband? She talked too much. Lemon Pie. Good evening, Lemon Pie. I'm sorry if I didn't see you earlier there. I hope you had a pleasant weekend. Thank you for joining us tonight. Women always poison. Very, very few men. I'll give you that. Stacy Castro. How did she kill her second husband and first husband? It's always mountain lions. It's a good one, Pigeon Mac. It's always mountain lions. I'm going with C because easy, and they are tired. Question number 9. Kind of proud I spelled poison correctly. The one that I always spell wrong, and no joke, I still don't know why I do it, but the word among, I always, for some reason, I always put a U instead of an O in the word among. Spell it A-M-U-N-G. UNG, among. For some reason in my brain, I always think that there's a U in the word among. All right, question number 9. The correct answer is C as in cat. C as in cat. There's a mushroom poisoning case in Australia right now. She's murdered people with mushrooms. Ooh, poisonous mushrooms. Ooh, among bean. But she poisoned both of her husbands. Poisoned them both. Mine is Angel and Angle. Yeah. I don't flip letters like that, in spelling. It's for some reason in my brain, it's the UNG ung in my mind, like among. It's not to me. It sounds like it should have a U in it for some reason, and I have to remind myself, no, that's not. And even if I write it out, I'll see the U, and then I'll just put a little cap on it. Ooh, forgot to put myself in my little window. Ah, antifreeze is sweet, so it's easy to digest and it drinks and food. And not that we should go through this, but another one is arsenic. Arsenic tastes like and smells like almonds. So if you're gonna, I'm not telling you if you're going to, but if somebody was to poison someone with arsenic, it'd be easy to put it into a pie, like an almond pie or an almond dessert or an almond, milkshake or something like that, because it would taste just like it smells just like almonds. So there you go. Not that you should. I'm just saying. But people, if in case you're thinking about it, don't tell the police you got the idea from me. All right. Next, question 10. Mary Beth Tinning killed 9 of her children with different methods. How many was she convicted of killing? Was it A, 3 of her children? B, 7 of her children? And thank you for the super chat, Anonymous. Always a pleasure. We'll have Ron. Good night to all. You have a wonderful week ahead, Anonymous, and thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Was it B, 7 of her children? C, 5 of her children? Or D, 0? She was found not guilty. How many of her children was she convicted of killing? Almond croissants. Wait, she killed 9 of her children? Yes, she did. At different ages. Some of them as babies, some of them as toddlers, some of them older. 9 of her children. She killed 9. How many was she convicted of? 3, 7, 5, or 0? Jets mom, I feel like B. E. She killed with kindness. She killed them in different ways too. All of them. Some of them they blamed on sudden infant death syndrome, so SIDS for the younger ones. Other ones were believed to have had genetic issues, and that's why they died. But she, later on they found out she killed them all. Well, 9 of them. Good evening, Purple. Welcome to tonight's trivia. We are on question 10, Purple. I hope that you are having a wonderful weekend, and I hope your hubby is doing better. Everyone say a prayer for her hubby. Question number 10. How many of her children was she convicted of murdering? And the answer to this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to really tick off a lot of people. But the correct answer is A as in apple. She was convicted of killing three of her children of the 9. Ladies and gentlemen, she was released from prison on August 21st, 2018. She is a free woman. According to the information that I found online, she is living somewhere in amongst the East Coast, or she may be deceased. But she was released August 21st, 2018. She is out. She killed 9 of her children, and she has been released from prison, even after being convicted of killing 3 of them. She is out. She never should have seen the daylight of freedom ever again. But that's the system we have. She was released. Question number 11. Along with her husband, Ian Brady, how many children did Myra Hindley kill? Was it A, 8 children, B, 11 children, C, 6 children, or D, 5 children? How many children did Ian Brady kill along with him? How many children did Myra Hindley kill with her husband, Ian Brady? Do not eat her biscuits. It's sad but true, isn't it, Pigeon Mac? What? It doesn't make any sense. No, it doesn't. There are people who've committed, vehicular homicide that killed one person in their car and have done longer prison stints than she did before being released after killing, and being convicted of killing 3 of her own. And they know she killed 9. I wouldn't eat an almond anything from mom murderer. Isn't she dead now? I don't know. She may be. Are we talking about the Myra Hindley, or are we talking about the last one? Tinny. I don't know if Tinny is dead or not. I just know she was released August 21st, 2018. People got life for crack, yet people get a slap on the wrist for murders. Yeah, Myra. I'm going to say C, says Jet's mom. Pigeon Mac is going with C as well. Kitiku is going with D? Question mark? I don't know. Could be D. Myra is dead. Now Myra is definitely dead. But I thought maybe we're talking about Tinny, the question before. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. And so we all became the Brady Bunch. All right, question 11. The correct answer is D as in dog. 5 children. D as in dog. 5. Along with her husband, Ian Brady, they murdered 5 of their children. Ian died in 2017. Yes. All right. Did you know Earl has to die? Abuse is nothing to joke about, so I won't. However, at the same time, of all the murders committed where a female friend helps the killer cover up the crime, 97% have claimed they were abused, and that is the reason why they killed. Yet only 44% could ever prove it in court. Think about that. Look at the screen again. 97% claimed that the reason why they killed was because they were abused. But less than 50% could ever prove it in court. What kind of system do we have here in America if you can't even prove abuse? Well, do you have to have a note from the abuser that says, "Hey, I'm gonna be kicking the crap out of her later on, at about 6 o'clock every night, and I have been for the last 5 years or last year," or a note from the abusive parent and stepbrother who molested and beat her. Does she have to have a note from them to be able to prove that and then we have to check the forensics on that. We'd have to check the signatures, right, that match. How is it that in our justice system only 44% can prove in court that they were abused? It should be, if 97% claim that they've been abused and is the reason why they killed, you would think that percentage who are able to prove that in court would be much higher. Now, you might be wondering, how do you know what the percentage is? 44%. Department of Justice actually keeps statistics on it of polling actual jury members. Did you believe the defense of abuse? And when they polled the actual juries after conviction, they found that only 44% of them believed that abuse happened. What? But the Justice Department actually keeps statistics on these actual crime, and defenses. So that's insane. The Pigeon Mac. My God. I was abused and I don't kill anyone. Usually. Usually. But it is still early in the, and it is Sunday. So tomorrow's another day, right, Pigeon Mac? And I'm truly sorry if you ever were abused at any point in your life, or anyone. All right. Question number 12. She killed and tortured others because she enjoyed it. Who did she kill with? The picture is Rosemary West. The small picture, not the big picture. Was it A, her husband, B, her lesbian lover, C, a high school drama teacher, or did she kill with her mountain lion tamer? She killed and tortured because she enjoyed it. Who did she kill with? I think I have a better chance with a woman to be rehabilitated in the day and age in the current system. A, the disgusting. And her piece is going, she killed with Elvis. Is our resident aficionado of Elvis Presley still in the stream? Is Gemma still here? Gemma is a huge Elvis Presley fan. Vanna White. Her pet chihuahua. Yes, I am. Gamma loves Elvis. Elvis is still in the building. Elvis hasn't left. Elvis is still here. Huh? Pigeon. Sorry about that. I hope you told your parents that they hurt you. I don't know. She was from Durham, England, and killed 10 women. My notes are bad. She tortured and killed others because she enjoyed it. Who did she kill with? Ladies and gentlemen, Rosemary West killed with none other than A, her husband, Fred West. The two of them killed together. Fred and Rosemary West. A as in apple is the correct answer. Question 13. Blanche Moore may have only been convicted of one murder. How many more is she believed to have actually killed? Is it A, 4, B, 6, C, 8, or D, 3? Blanche Moore. Question number 13. She looks like her husband, Fred. Fred had those big old pork chop sideburns for most of his life. Fred West. He definitely looked like a creepy dude. The Golden Girls. She killed more. That's good, lemon pie. The cast of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. I was going to say Blanche from Golden Girls. Sal's going with B6. Blanche Moore may have only been convicted of one murder. How many more is she believed to have killed? Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer is D as in dog. They believe that she killed as many as 3 additional men. 3 more, but only convicted of one. Question number 14. No known photo. How many victims have been connected to the Black Widow of Baltimore, who killed between the years 1900 and 1915? Is it 4 victims and 8 unconnected, 4 known and 6 unconnected, 23 known and 3 unconnected, or 4 known and 2 unconnected? How many victims have been connected to the Black Widow of Baltimore, who killed between the years of 1900 and 1915? Excuse me. I'm the only person that loved the Marvel movies. No, I like the Marvel movies. Well, thank you, Gemma. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Will, you're an amazing friend. Thank you and love you. Thank you. I love you too, sweetheart. Pigeon Mac, no idea. C? Question mark. Gianna Marie is going with C as well. Carly, C. We have a B up here. Will, my good peeps. Ooh, Liza Jane is going with B. Amy and Lemon Pie are going with C. Kitty Cool has got 5 out of 8. Carly's got D. How many victims have been connected to the Black Widow of Baltimore, who killed between the years 1900 and 1915? The correct answer, ladies and gentlemen, to question 14 is C as in cat. C as in cat. 23 men were believed to be the victims of the Black Widow of Baltimore. What is the Black Widow? Well, besides a spider, a Black Widow is someone who marries someone else, a man, and the woman kills her, new husband. 23 men in the Baltimore area were believed and have been connected to the Black Widow of Baltimore. They never caught the Black Widow of Baltimore. They believe that she simply moved out of the area and probably started all over again. There is some connection that believes that she may have moved to the Denver, Colorado area shortly after 1915, 1920s, right in there, because a Black Widow who showed up in the Denver area was from back east and may have been the Black Widow of Baltimore. So Lori is immortal after all. So she thinks she is. Wowza. All I'm doing is guessing. Well, sometimes that's all we can do, Amy. Sometimes that's all we can do. Jesus, I can barely handle Mr. Just Mom. Wait, there is something wrong with the water in Colorado. Now there's been something wrong with the water in Colorado for an awfully long time. But the reason why a lot of people see Colorado pop up in true crime cases, going back before Christopher Watts killed his family, is because the state of Colorado is booming as people are moving there for the oil industry and for other industries that they have there in the tourism and outdoor recreation. So a lot of companies have set up in Colorado, and that's why people are moving there, at such a rapid rate. And of course, with rapid, growth like that, you do draw attention to yourself when things go off the rails. All right. Question. Oh, did you know? According to the University of Michigan, only 8.6% of all known serial killers have been women. Of those yet to be caught, it's believed to be around 5 to 7%. You've got a lot of explaining to do, Lucy. And you better get with it. Of all the serial killers, only 8.6%. I really was surprised. I thought for sure that there would be more serial killers that were women. But apparently, it's not even 10% of all known serial killers have been women. But those who haven't been caught, they believe only 5 to 7% of those who haven't been caught. You got to explaining to do. I don't know why this has popped into my head, but speaking of Lucy Ball and Ricky, Ricky, what was it? Ricky Ricardo. I can't remember what his last name was, but anyways, I didn't know that they had a daughter that was an actress for some reason. I can't remember what her name is, but I was watching a thing about failed sitcoms and TV shows from the 1980s through the 1990s, and surprising people who were on these shows. And one of them is Lucille Ball's daughter, Ricardo. But their daughter, it was an actress as well. I didn't know that. At least I didn't remember it. Lucy Arnaz. Thank you, Lucy Arnaz. But I didn't know that she was actually an actress. At least in my mind, I didn't remember it. But anyways, that just popped in because of you got a lot of explaining to do. Question number 15, ladies and gentlemen. Mad Tilly, as they called her, Tilly Kilmick, predicted the deaths of many because she killed them. How many were there? A, 3 husbands and 15 children. B, 1 husband and 10 children. C, 2 husbands and 2 children. Or D, 4 husbands and 20 children. In case you're not familiar with the con artist, the shyster, as Tilly Kilmick, people would pay money to come see this lady, and she would predict their futures, and she would have dreams that she would break down for them. And she called herself a dream forecaster. She would they would tell her about her dreams, or she would have dreams on their behalf, and she would predict their deaths in these rituals that they paid money for. If I pay money to go see someone, you better not tell me how I'm going to die and when I'm going to die. I don't want to know that. But she did. Mad Tilly is what the law enforcement actually called her. Mad Tilly. She's just like the Ponzi. That was a Ponzi scheme. That was after named after an actual real man, Ponzi, who his crime was postage stamps or something. The pyramid scheme that he came up with. But these things are actually named after things and they're at one point in popular culture we used to people call things that is mad as a Tilly, or you're as insane as a Tilly because of Mad Tilly. Mad Tilly, as they called her. How many victims were there? Question number 15. Ponzi jumped the shark, right? Oh, Fonzie, not Ponzi. Fonzie. Fonzarelli from Happy Days. And he wore his leather jacket. He jumped the sharks on water skis. I haven't seen a water ski jump in a long time. We used to have one here locally, but they took it out a long, long time ago. Good evening, Cheryl. Welcome to tonight's trivia. Arabella, good evening and welcome to tonight's trivia as well. I'm sorry if I missed you earlier. Fonzie scheme. All right. The correct answer is A as in apple. 3 husbands and up to 15 children from the neighborhood. She predicted their untimely demise because she poisoned them all. All right, moving on to question number 16. Pray for Emma. How many people are known to have lost their lives to Nanny Doss, the giggling granny? How many victims was there of Nanny Doss, the giggling granny? Was it A, 24, B, 36, C, 11, or D, 21? I wouldn't take an almond pie from her. I wouldn't take an almond pie from anyone. I'm not a big fan of almonds, even as a nut. I don't even like peanut butter. Macadamia nuts. I like macadamia nuts. How many people are known to have lost their lives to Nanny Doss, the giggling granny? Hi, yep. I'm late again. Well, it's all right, Cheryl. You always watch the rest of it and rewind. Sometimes I feel like nuts, sometimes I don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, nouns don't. You know what's funny is speaking of almond joys and candy bars and stuff like that, Halloween. So this was the first year that my son actually really tried to do trick or treating for Halloween, and we had mixed results with it. But he enjoyed the actual holiday a lot more than he has in the past before. Now, keep in mind he's only 7, and he is he's speech delayed, but he's also on the autism spectrum. So, but he went trick or treating. We had some good experiences. We had some bad experiences throughout the whole thing, but the boy has absolutely eaten maybe 2 pieces of candy out of his candy bowl of the Halloween candy he's gotten. It was like, I'm done with this. And he like, okay, all that candy's just sitting there now. I'm sure my sister or my wife or somebody's probably taken a couple pieces out of there themselves, but coconut mounds, people do. Yeah. Only one. Alice from the Brady Bunch. Best nanny ever. Was she a nanny? I thought she was a cook, but maybe was she? Maybe she was a cook and a nanny. I'd have to think about that for a second. Yeah, because she certainly did a lot more with the kids than just cook. Bless his little heart. Yeah, he's more happier with a pint of strawberries than he is with a candy bar. He loves strawberries, fresh strawberries. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. How many victims are there of the giggling granny? The correct answer to question number 16, ladies and gentlemen, is C as in cat. 11. 11 are known to have lost their lives to nanny DOS. 11. Housekeeper, did you know you are more likely to have your home burned to the ground, have your tires slashed, be trashed all over the internet, have your bank account hacked, lose your job over gossip, and be poisoned by a woman in the same event than be murdered by one? Ask none other than Andre Rison. If it's true, that is actually, I took liberty to what he said, but he said that you're more likely to have your house burned down, be cleaned out financially, and have your tires slashed, and be poisoned to death by a woman than you are to actually, be murdered by one. But I thought it was, more fitting this way. And who is Andre Rison? Andre Rison was the wide receiver for the Atlanta Falcons football team, and his former girlfriend, who you might remember from the band TLC, burned his damn mansion to the ground. What did she do and how did she do it? Well, she was mad at him and she threw all of the fur coats that he had given her into the jacuzzi and set them on fire. Well, the jacuzzi bathtub in the master suite there is made out of fiberglass, and it burned the mansion to the ground. Now that was what Lisa Lopez from the group TLC. Lisa Lopez. But I thought that it was more fitting this way. Yeah. So I took liberty to what he said. But did you know that? I don't know if it's statistically true or not. I found that quote online when I was doing the research for this, and I was like, that's true. Hell knows no fury like a woman scorned. All right. Bonus question number 1. You can feel sorry for her if you want. We can all agree, though, she didn't have to kill. What national movement in America has used her picture? Not the picture that's on the screen, but another picture of her. What national movement has used her picture? Is it A, Black Lives Matter, B, the United Feminist Movement, C, PETA, or D, United Long Haul Truck Drivers Union? Sounds like an episode Everybody Loves Raymond. You can feel sorry for her if you want, but we can all agree she didn't have to kill. What national movement in America has used her picture? The creators of Good Housekeeping Housekeeping Magazine. Oh. And in case you guys are wondering who this is, in case you're not familiar with this, that is Elaine Wuornos. the serial killer, Elaine Wuornos, or Eileen Wuornos. But the Pigeon Mac. Oh my gosh. Not Good Housekeeping, but the creators of it. Inner Peas, the creators of Good Housekeeping magazine, have used her picture. Lord, anything other than B is sus for sure. I currently identify as a flamingo on Fortnite, but B, final answer, says Jet's mom. Oh, I currently identify as a flamingo on Fortnite. I've never played Fortnite. I watched and I follow a YouTube channel called Viva La Dirt League. They do sketch comedy. They're from Australia, New Zealand, but they do skits about Fortnite. Not a playboy. I haven't played a video game in an awfully long time. And the last one, I'm not kidding, the last video game that I played was Sim City, the original Sim City. I'm still trying to beat it. that's that's been an awful long time ago, but I still have it. All right. What national movement has used her picture? The correct answer, ladies and gentlemen, is B as in boy. The United Feminist Movement has actually used her photo in rallies and other gatherings, on posters. No, they have not put her face on a T-shirt or a hat, but they have definitely used her picture on a series of different campaign, banners and stuff like that over the years. And D is a non-existent, union. I made that up just to fill in the D, the last one. The United Long Haul Truck Drivers Union is, well, there is no such thing. Because of the childhood trauma. I play to level my kids up, to beat their friends. Wow. I am Flossie. Bonus question number 2. On average, how many visitors stop in to tour the Lizzie Borden home and take a tour? Is it A, 50,000 a year, B, 61,209 a year, C, 72,725 a year, or D, 11,201 a year? On average, how many visitors stop in and take a tour of the Lizzie Borden home and take a tour? Inner P's 144,000. We got to get that reference in at some point in the night, don't we, Inner P's? Thank you. Kitty Q is guessing. I'm guessing, says Kitty Q. What was your guess? They have a twerk dance now on Fortnite. Do they? Huh. I did not know that. It's A or C, says Jet's mom. Either 50,000 or 72,000. Pigeon Mac, I like turtles. It's more than D. We should be concerned. Arabella is going with B. I'm looking at the last number, says Jet's mom. How many people visit and take a tour of the Lizzie Borden home? Oh, you think this is disturbing? I got some more information on this that is even more disturbing. Cheryl, Deanna Marie are both going with C. Carly, C. Bonus question number 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer for how many people stop and take tours of the Lizzie Borden home on average every single year, ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer is C as in cat. 72,725 on average stop and take the tour and visit the home. Now, you think that's creepy? Ladies and gentlemen, how would you like to stay and sleep in the Lizzie Borden home? You can book a night to stay in the Lizzie Borden home for $275 per person. There are ghost tours that you can take during the fall nights of the actual home itself, not only the Borden home, but the tavern and other associated buildings that are connected to the actual Borden family. That you can take that tour. The average tour of the Borden home, um, most people skip the actual tour and just want to gawk at it and see it and take photos of it or be photographed with it in the background like a selfie. But if you take the ghost tour costs $35 per person, and nobody gets to go along on that tour for free. And that's $35 for a child, $35 for an adult. It doesn't matter to them. It's a giant money making, deal. And they sell T-shirts and hats and scarves and other knickknacks and Chotsky shit to go right along with your tour and make sure they empty your pocketbook completely on the Lizzie Borden tour and the house to itself included. And there are entire vacation packages you can take. If you don't want to stay at the Borden home, maybe you would like to stay at either the Best Western or the one of the other motels in the local area. You can then stay there, and then they provide shuttle services to the actual Borden home and the ghost tour if you would like to take them. $275 a night per person. They need crack money. Field trip. Amy, that's a damn good question. Tourist trap? Yes, it is. They sell hatchets. I don't know. They shuttle services. Isn't it Disney? I want to say it's Massachusetts or it's somewhere back east. I'm sure that somebody could probably Google and tell you exactly where it is, but I wouldn't go on it. All right, completely optional if you wish to. You can give yourself a letter grade on how well did you do tonight. Did you get 14, 18 correct, 8, 13, 3 to 7, 1 or 2 right, or maybe you didn't keep track at all, and so we won't judge you because you're a mountain lion expert level here. Each bonus question is worth 1 point. You don't have to. It's completely optional. We're just doing this for fun and for entertainment. I failed, says Pigeon Mac. I don't want to end, says Jet's mom. Steph got an E. Massachusetts. Thank you, Carly. Gamma got a C. 3 to 7. There you go. Of the 18 questions that were on tonight's trivia, including the 5 did you knows now on top of that, so you can make it 23. How many of them did I know before putting this trivia together? I knew exactly six. Six of the 23. If you include did you know? Only six. So if you got better than six, congratulations. You knew more than I did. These are the most popular suggested topics for the trivia night. And yes, Elaine Wernos is still highlighted there, and I forgot to fix that. But this is the most updated, and next week I will update it again. There are a couple of them that are on here that have definitely fallen off. They've only have one or two votes for them. So they're, and I've gotten suggestions. I get suggestions, ladies and gentlemen, because you have to remember, we're streaming to X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Discord, and then here on YouTube, where you're most likely watching this. I'm a woman, murderer, genius, kind of creepy. Fall River, Massachusetts, a rough town. All right, next. This is completely hypothetical, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying that I'm going to change the trivia, but I'd like to hear your feedback on this question. If I was to move trivia night back to Friday nights in 2024, would you still be willing and able to watch it and take part in trivia night? The three possible times would be are on the screen there, either 5 p.m. Pacific Coast time, that's 8 o'clock on the East Coast, or 6 o'clock West Coast, 9 o'clock East Coast, or 7 o'clock West Coast, 10 o'clock East Coast. But regardless of the three times, if I was to move trivia back from Sunday to Fridays, would you still be interested and be able to watch it and take part? I have to look at where the audience is, and like right now I've been getting 17 to 25, 30 people on average, who are in the trivia night while we're actually taking place live here, like I'm doing right now. And then once I'm done, with trivia night and it's over with, I mean, I'll get 200, 250 more people who are watching it after it's live within the first 48 hours. So maybe Mondays it would be a better day, because obviously a vast majority of people are watching it more on Mondays than they are on Sundays. But I'm trying to find, and by looking at my analytics, where my audience is, it's up and down. There's times of the year, like, when there's definitely a lot more people who are watching live streams than other times when they're not. But I have to follow where the audience is, and the audience is more on Fridays and more on Saturday evenings. But I can't do a Saturday evening stream because I have my son who's here with me, and I'm not going to pay for a babysitter every Saturday so I can do a live stream. I mean, I love you all, but that's just not feasible for me to, and I'm not going to have him on camera. I refuse to have him on camera. Sundays are boring, so I like Sunday, but I got to look up at what time it is for me. It's 8:30 there now. So your Kitty Q is where I am right now. It is 5:35 right now. So you're East Coast. Gianna Marie is going with 1, so 5 o'clock. Sundays work for Inner Peace the best. I'm not saying that I'm going to do it. I can add all the features I want. Now, I don't know if anybody, all the slides tonight, as if you've seen, I divided it up into 3 boxes. The box that was on the right, and I'll go back and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So as you see here for question number 7, that candle that says rest in peace, that candle, the flame of that candle should be moving right now. And it's an actual video clip. Um, where it says, "Did you know?" And it has Michael from The Office. He's supposed to be shrugging his shoulders, and for some reason, all the gifts, video clips and everything else that I put in tonight, for some reason, none of it worked. Because you should be seeing him blink his eyes and shrug his shoulders up and down, and as he says, "I don't know." But that's something I have to work on because obviously, for some reason, it didn't work at all. Any is good, but I think maybe see how it goes. Can you trail it? Can I trail it? I'm not sure what that is, Cheryl. What do you mean by that? Um, yeah, I'm just trying to find a time that and I'm not saying that I'm going to move it to Fridays. Fridays don't always work for me. You know, it's just more. I have more of a viewer audience on Fridays than I do, and then Saturday evenings. But I can't do a Saturday evening. Trial it. Oh, yeah, I could, but the problem with that is, and even if I do move it from Sunday to Fridays for trivia, is it upsets people because they can't find it. They're like, oh, I thought it was on Sundays. I watch you once in a while, and it was on Sundays for longest time, and now you moved it to another day, and I missed it. What's the new options? Um, if the option if I do move it, Kitiku, it'd be move it from Sunday to Friday, and it would be either 5 p.m. on the West Coast, 8 o'clock East Coast, 6 o'clock on the West Coast, or 9 o'clock East Coast, or 7 o'clock on the West Coast, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. It's 8:37 where you are, Cheryl. So you're in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. So because the United States has three, well, is it three or four? See, four. So there's Pacific, then there's Mountain, then there's Central, and then there's East. Try Mondays. Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there as an option to see if there's a day or a time that works better for everyone. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. It's just something I've been kicking around. Every year at this time in the month of November and December, I go through my analytics and I look at what's working, what's not working. Because as they say, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome is the definition of insanity. So if I want the channel to grow or if I want to capture a larger audience, maybe I need to change either what I'm doing, and I hope this is, that the trivia is not off putting. I don't necessarily know how to make it better, but I'm open to suggestions. I've thought about everything from videos in them, or instead of like the "do you know" or "did you know," maybe a video clip of each, of the killers. Make it more, eye appealing on the screen. I thought about all kinds of different things, but I have to look at where's the actual audience at is where I'm at right now, and I'm not saying that I'm going to move it though. Sanity is overrated. That is absolutely true. Inner peace. I agree. Sanity is definitely overrated. Doesn't matter to me. I'm here either way, but I'm gonna know when to study. You got to know when to study. Yeah. Just let me know a week in advance, and you have to do what's best for your channel. I'll be there. I may very well keep it on Sunday nights, Kitty Cute, because this Sunday nights work for me. I consider this my country club, very exclusive. Oh, thank you, Steph. I appreciate that. But no truer thing has been said, Inner Peace. Sanity is definitely overrated. Sunday. I won't make any decisions, on moving anything until after before the end of the year. I'll let everyone know well in advance if anything is going to change. It's just one of those things where you have to look at where can you grow, how can you grow. It's not that I'm unhappy with what how the channel is. It's just I want a larger audience. I want more people to watch it. And obviously, asking people to subscribe to my channel doesn't work because 80% of all those who watch my content are not subscribers. But 1.3 million views, in 2023 alone on my content, and 80% are not subscribers. And of that 1.3 million views, better than 60% are returning to watch more content over and over again, but they don't subscribe. Apparently, I don't give people enough reason to subscribe. It happens. I never been to trivia night. This was fun. I just came late, and I've live in Scandinavia. Ooh. So I'll show up when you are on. If I can make it, well, good. Arabelle? Arabella. Well, good. I'm glad you had fun. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap up tonight's trivia there. I do wish you all a terrific week ahead, and I hope that everyone stays safe out there. Purple, we're going to keep you and your husband, in our prayers, and I hope that there is some positive, developments, with your husband, and this, heals up. But to everyone out there, thank you again for stopping in on the way out before we end the stream. If you give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or give it a thumbs down, either or. Leave a comment and tell me why you didn't like it or what you did like about it, whichever. I would appreciate to hear back because I can't prove it, unless I hear back. I'm always open to constructive criticism. Salute to the show, Mayhem the Truth. Thank you for popping in, Mayhem. All right, everyone, have a terrific week. Bye.